Hello friends, this is Vanilla Data Tables CRUD application tutorial series, and under this part, you can learn how to insert or add data into MySQL table by using JavaScript Fetch API with PHP script. In previous part, we have already discussed how to use Bootstrap model without jQuery library. Now in this part, we will add customer data in the database with this Bootstrap 5 model. Now let's start discussing it. So in previous part, we have already customer form under Bootstrap model. So now we want to submit form data. So in JavaScript part, we have written underscore function with submit button id action button with on the click event. So when we have clicked on submit button, then this block of code will execute. Under this callback function, we have written form data variable is equal to new form data object. So here we have used form data object for sending form data to the server. Now we want to add all form data in form data object. So here we have written underscore function with form id customer form. So all form input field will be stored under this form data object in key and value format. Before submitting form data, we want to disable submit button. So here we have written underscore function with button id action button with the disabled attribute as equal to true. So this code will disable submit button using JavaScript. Now we want to send AJAX request to the PHP script using JavaScript Fetch API. So here we have write fetch method with two arguments. In the first argument, we have written action.php file, so it will send an AJAX request to this PHP script. And in second argument, we have write option, so in first option, we have written method, which has set to post, so it will use post method for sending form data to the server. In second option, we have write body option, and here we have write form data variable. So via this option, we can send form data to the server. Next we have written, then callback function. This function will just receive HTTP response from server. Now to get a response in JSON, so here we have written, return statement in response.json method. After this, we have again written, then callback function. This function will receive data in JSON format. Under this function, first we want to enable submit button. So here we have written, underscore function with button id action button with the disabled attribute as equal to false. It will enable submit button. After this, we have write if statement, and under condition, we have written response data.success. If this condition true, that means there is no any validation error occurs, and customer data successfully inserted into a MySQL database. So under this block, we have written underscore function, and here we have written span id success message with inner HTML is equal to response data.success. So it will display a success message on the web page. After this, we want to hide a Bootstrap modal from web page, so here we have called close modal function, so it will hide modal from a web page. Next we want to display last inserted data on vanilla data tables, so here we have write table.update method, so it will refresh vanilla data tables data, and display last inserted data on vanilla data tables. But suppose this condition false, then it will execute the else block of code. And under this block, we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written response data.firstName error variable. If this condition true, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written underscore function with span tag id first name error with inner HTML is equal to response.firstName error variable, so it will display first name text box validation error. But suppose above condition false, then it will execute the else block of code, and here we have written underscore function with span tag it first name error dot inner HTML is equal to a blank value. To check validation error in last name text box, so here we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written response data dot last name error variable. If this condition true, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, here we have written underscore function with span tag id last name error dot inner HTML is equal to response dot last name error variable, so it will display last name text box validation error. But suppose above condition false, then it will execute else block of code, and here we have written underscore function with span tag id last name error dot inner HTML is equal to blank value, so it will remove error text from a web page. To check validation error for customer email text box, so here we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written response data dot customer email error variable. If this condition true, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, here we have written underscore function with span tag it customer email error dot inner HTML is equal to response data dot customer email error variable, so it will display customer email text box validation error. But suppose above condition false, then it will execute the else block of code, and here we have written underscore function with span tag it customer email error dot inner HTML is equal to blank value, so it will remove error text from a web page. So here our JavaScript code is ready. Now we have gone to action.php file, and here first we have written include statement with function.php, so by this code, it will make a database connection. Below this, we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written a set function, and under this, we have written $post action variable. If this variable value is set, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written $post action variable value is equal to add, or $post action variable value is equal to update. If this condition true, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output variable is equal to the array. Next we want to store form data in a local variable, so here we have written $firstName variable is equal to $post firstName variable. So store last name text box data. Here we have write $last name variable is equal to $post last name variable. Same way for store customer email text box data. Here we have written $customer email variable is equal to $post customer email variable. And then after for store customer gender form data, here we have written $customer gender variable is equal to $post customer gender variable. So here, we have store form data in local variable. Now we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written empty function, and under this, we have written $firstName variable, so if this first name variable value is blank, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output first name error variable is equal to message like first name as required. For validate last name text box data, here we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written empty function, and under this, we have written $last name variable, so if this variable has a blank value, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output last name error variable is equal to message like last name as required. For validate customer email text box data, so here we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written empty function, and under this function, we have written $customer email variable, so if this variable has a blank value, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output customer email error variable is equal to message like email is required. Now we want to check customer email in proper email format or not. For this, we have again written if statement, and under condition, we have write not operator with filter bar function, with two arguments. In the first argument, we have written $customer email variable, and in the second argument, we have written a filter, validate email. This condition will check if given email in an incorrect format, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output customer email variable is equal to a message like invalid email format. After validating form data, now we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written count function, and under this, we have written $output function. This function return number of array keys, and if this key value is greater than 0, then it will execute if a block of code. If this condition true, that means any validation error has occurred, and for sending validation error in AJAX request, here we have written echo statement with JSON encode method, and under this, we have written $output variable, so it will send response in JSON format. But suppose there is no any validation error occurs, then it will execute the else block of code, and here we have written if statement, and in condition, we have written $post action variable is equal to add. If this condition true, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $data variable is equal to the array. In array first key, we have written customer first name, and in value, we have written $first name variable. In array second key, we have written customer last name, and in value, we have written $last name variable. In array third key, we have written customer email, and in value, we have written $customer email variable. In array last key, we have write color customer gender, and in value, we have written $customer gender variable, so here we have stored data in $data variable in array format. Below this, we have written $query variable is equal to insert into customer table, with table column like customer first name, customer last name, customer email, customer gender, and values get from customer first name, customer last name, customer email, customer gender. So this query will insert data into customer table. Below this, we have written $statement variable is equal to $connect variable with preparing a statement, and under this, we have written $query variable. This statement will make a query for execution. Now we want to execute the query, so here we have written if statement, and under condition, we have written $statement with execute method, with $data variable. If query successfully runs, then it will execute if a block of code. Under this block, we have written $output success variable is equal to message like new data added, so this message will be displayed on the web page. Lastly, for sending data to AJAX request, we have written echo statement with JSON encode function, with $output variable. It will send a response to the AJAX request in JSON format, so here our code is ready. Now we have checked the output in the browser. Friends, here we can see that, when the page has been loaded in browser, so we can see that, customer table data has been loaded on a vanilla data table, and here want to check, data properly inserted or not, with Bootstrap modal. So for pop-up Bootstrap modal, here we have clicked on this add button. After click, here we can see that Bootstrap modal has been popping up in the browser, using JavaScript. Now first we want to check validation, so we have directly clicked on the add button. After click on add button, here we can see, validation error has been displayed in each field under this modal. Now we have entered first name details, last name details, and then after we have written and valid email details, and click on Add button. After clicking on the Add button, here can see a validation error like incorrect email format, so here our validation working properly. Now we have filled all form fields. Now we have clicked on the Add button, and after click on the Add button, here we can see that modal has been removed from the web page, and we can see success message on a web page, and here in vanilla data tables, we can see last inserted records. So in this part of vanilla data table CRUD application, we have learned how to insert our data into MySQL table with Bootstrap modal using JavaScript, PHP and PHP script, and in the next part, we will discuss how to edit or update MySQL table data by using JavaScript PHP under this vanilla data table CRUD application.